Today, susubukan natin itong magandang opportunity na nakita natin via email dito sa LinkedIn account. Dito nakalagay ay looking for data annotator sila. So, we are going to check and apply for the position of data annotator. And the company is Micro1. Alright, so the job title is a data annotation specialist. And then the position will be a full-time position. Okay? And then the location is remote. So meaning sa bahay po tayo magtatrabaho, remotely po tayo magtatrabaho. Let's go about the job summary. So we are looking for a meticulous data annotation specialist or annotator to enhance our human data training for AI or artificial intelligence and machine learning projects. And the successful candidate will meticulously label, categorize, and annotate various data types, ensuring precision and consistency in alignment with the project guidelines. Then the key responsibilities here is to accurately annotate and label dataset, including the text, images, audio, and video following the project specific guidelines. Then they also have a reviewer, review and validate annotation for quality assurance. Then identify and report edge cases or unclear scenarios to improve the guidelines. Okay, so you need to collaborate with the team members to ensure the consistent and accurate data labeling. Then, meet the deadlines for assigned annotation tasks while maintaining the high quality standard. Napaka-importante po niyan mga idol. What are the required skills and qualification? So, strong attention to detail and focus on the accuracy, ability to follow complex instruction and guidelines, basic knowledge of data annotation tools such as Labelbox, Prodigy, or similar. Then, good communication skills, of course, to explain annotation decision. Then, familiarity with artificial intelligence and machine learning concept is a plus but not a mandatory. Of course, proficient in English with clear written and verbal communication skills. And then, what are the prepared qualifications? So, at least a previous experience in data annotation or related fields, then exposure to the projects involving artificial intelligence, machine learning, or data science. All right. So the company is Micro1. Okay. And then they already have 294,524 followers in LinkedIn. Okay. At the time of recording this video. Grabe, napakarami na kanilang followers. So, napakalaking company nito at napakagandang opportunity nito na dito tayo makapag-start ng ating freelancing career na may kinalaman sa image or data annotation. Alright guys, so ang gagawin natin is mag-a-apply tayo actual ngayon dito sa company na Micro1. Alright, I'm gonna click apply button here on the left side of the page. And then, mariredirect tayo sa page kung saan i-input natin yung mga details natin. So, our first name, and then last name, and then yung email address natin. Okay? Even it is not the same email nung ating LinkedIn as long as ito yung active email po natin. And then, pinaka-importante guys, no, yung mobile number natin dito. So, yung mobile number natin is kailangan talaga active. As well as yung email, syempre. Kailangan active. Kasi dyan sila magko-communicate para sa job process ng application po natin. And then, panghuli is yung LinkedIn profile po natin. Napaka-importante na may LinkedIn account po tayo. Alright? And then, don't forget to create your own resume. Alright? So, yung resume po natin, it should be a PDF file. Yung hinire-require nila rito is PDF. And then, after that, we will be needing to proceed the application by clicking the next. And then, input lang natin itong mga details na to. I-specify natin kung magkano yung expected monthly income natin. Alright? And then, at the same time, so, ilang days bago tayo nila ino-notify once ma-process na yung ating application. And then, after that, just click the button apply. And then, this time, okay, pwede na tayo mag-start ng ating interview. So, magkakaroon dito ng AI interview. So, artificial intelligence yung mag-i-interview po sa atin. Or either way, pwede naman pong within 3 days bago nyo i-comply yung pag-accept ng interview. Alright? But this time, i-accept na po natin to. Makikita nyo rin naman po yan sa inyong email. So, may link doon para i-accept yung interview. Alright? So, make sure lang sa interview, okay, may nakaset up po tayong camera dun sa ating PC or sa laptop. Then at the same time, meron din po dapat tayong audio. Alright? Yung audio po natin is dapat nasa tahimik po yung lugar. Yung hindi po masyadong maingay. Or at least meron po kayo yung noise cancellation or noise reduction na mic. Then after that, don't forget to input the correct predefined skill set ninyo. So rito sa predefined skill set natin, pwede natin palitan yan. Pwede natin piliin yung, for example, ang skill natin is for image bounding box. So we can just put here our skill set as in image bounding box, or pwede rin namang segmentation, pwede rin namang video bounding box, pwede rin namang keyframe or key poses, pwede namang polygon annotation or video box annotation or LiDAR annotation. So it depends kung ano yung skill set natin. And then yun nga, napaka-importante na meron po tayong, okay, video cam at the same time, meron din po dapat tayong audio receiver o yung ating microphone. Okay? Pangalawa, o nga pala, bago natin makalimutan, kailangan tahimik po yung surrounding natin pag nag-conduct po tayo ng interview. Alright? So right now, sineset up ko na lang po yung audio ko. Alright? And then as soon as ma-set up ito, pwede na ako mag-click for interview. And then after maklik yung interview button, may lalabas o may magpapapa po dyan. So papipiliin ka lang dyan kung anong screen yung kailangan mong i-share para rin sa interview mo po. So i-select mo lang po yung Windows, okay, para ma-share nyo po yung Windows na ginagamit yung browser na ginagamit po natin para rin sa interview. Alright, and then hit OK, then start the interview. So rito guys, ipapakita ko yung screen record ko kung saan ito na po yung actual na interview na ginawa ko. Okay? So, please keep watching and then watch the process nung interview na ginawa ko. Pasintabi na rin po pala mga idol, pagpasensya nyo ng English ko rito, mala English barok ito. So, hindi tayo ganun kagalingan sa pag-English, pero at least kahit pa paano ma-deliver ko lang yung mga questionnaire na tinatanong dun sa interview.
Get to know you. Could you briefly introduce yourself? Sure. By the way, my name is Harmon Longos and they call me Mondi for short. And I am an image or data annotator and I started since 2018 and it's been 6 years now. I'm doing various projects with different clients in Upwork, Remotas, Appen, and as well here in LinkedIn. So I do also have some projects outside the platform and doing some specific annotation like bounding box, segmentation, and LiDAR annotation, video bounding box, and as well as keyframes and key poses annotation.
And then after introducing myself, I just hit the continue para mag-proceed ako ron sa iba pang questionnaire na itatanong ng AI.
Oh, that's impressive experience, Harmon. Here's a question for you. How do you handle occlusion when annotating bounding boxes in complex scenario or scene? Okay, to answer that question, that is a very quite interesting question. And, handling occlusion when annotating bounding boxes, all right, it depends by, of course, you need to address it to your superior or your client. Okay, you need to ask and collaborate, talk about what are the rules behind these occluded objects. Okay, so very important thing is to learn about what is the mission, what is the aim, what is the goal of the data set, okay, that they are developing with. Of course, client will tell you what are the instructions, and you can also provide some details that might help with the developing of this data set. And yeah, pretty sure you should need to collaborate or coordinate it with your client or team leader. Ask the rules about the occlusion. Thank you. Done answering. Continue.
So yun, tapos na ako sa first question and I will be needing to continue to the next question.
Thank you for your detailed response on handling object fusion in bounding box annotation. Could you share your approach to ensuring accuracy when annotating bounding boxes for every small objects in images? Yep. So this question is, we're talking about the pixel sizes of images. Okay. So there might be a rule that the client will imply with the project. So first thing first, again, ask the client if there is a rule regarding the pixel size of an object if it's relatively very small object in each scenario. Okay, if the client or the team leader told you that there is a rule like we have 20 by 20 or 5 by 5 pixels rules, and if it is below 5 by 5 or 20 by 20 pixel rules, so we should not include it in our bounding boxes. However, if it's more than 20 or more than 5 by 5, depends on the rules, so we should include it on the bounding box. Okay, that is how it goes. However, all right, so even if the object is too small, you need to consider it to be precise, and you should annotate it tight, very tight, or at least uniformly tight, because it might affect if the tightness of the bounding box is too loose, and it is not advisable to do that. Thank you. Next question. Next question, interesting insight on maintaining annotation quality. Can you describe a scenario where you implemented a quality assurance process to identify and correct systematic errors across a dataset? How did you ensure that the corrections were consistent and meet the project's standards? Okay. Implemented a high quality assurance process to identify the incorrect systematic errors process of the dataset. First things first, I'm just an annotator and applying for an annotator. I'm not an analyst, but I do have idea how to correct, okay, the systematic errors across the data set. Okay, but not in a view of an analyst or a machine learning, okay, engineers. So I will tackle it in a view of an image annotator like me. All right. So first things first, to check the systematic errors across the data set, I've been needing to compare all the previous annotated data to my current annotated data set. So I will be needing to compare especially the sizes fitness of the annotation, if it's regardless it's a bounding box or a keyframe or a polygon. So I will be needing to compare it on my recent and then until my history to the history of my annotation. And aside from that, yes, of course, you should always check it to your client and collaborate with your team leaders and your bosses to check whether if you are in align with the guidelines of the annotation. So that's the key points that we will be needing to follow in this kind of annotation. So again, I'm not an analyst and I'm also not an engineer, but I answered this with all of my knowledge as an annotator. Yes, thank you, Dan, answering. Continue. Thank you for your detailed explanation on handling moving objects in the LiDAR data. How do you manage the annotation of an object in LiDAR data when there is significant environmental interference such as rain or fog? All right. So in regards with this question, okay, you need to verify it with your client. Also talk about it with your superior regarding the rules about the interference, such as rain, fog, sunlight, direct sunlight, and any noises that you might encounter with the scenario. Okay, the best thing is to approach your client, approach your higher superior, your team leader, and then ask them about what is the rule about the interference all throughout the data set or the frame.
Yun na nga mga idol, no? So, after natin matapos sa interview ng AI, okay, what we will need to do is just wait for the result ng ating interview. If we pass or fail. Okay? Ang kagandahan dito, idol, no? If mag-fail man tayo once, okay, there will be a second chance for a retake ng interview. And then sa retake, so make sure na aralin nyo na yung mga skills na may kinalaman dun sa ilalagay nyo about sa interview. Okay? All over naman, yung skill na ilalagay mo, yun lang rin naman yung may kinalaman na itatanong sa inyo. Kaya make sure na alam mo yung skill. Like image annotation, so bounding box, segmentation, and then LiDAR or polygon annotation. Make sure na aralin nyo muna yun mga idol. And then don't worry mga idol, no, gagawa pa ako ng isang guide about dun sa mga ganung senaryo. O about sa bounding box, polygon, alright? And then video box annotation, keyframes, LiDAR annotation, and so on. So gagawan din natin ng video yan. So sa ngayon mga idol, hanggang dito na lang muna tayo. Maraming salamat sa pag-continue ng pagpanood nitong ating video. And then sana matanggap kayo mga idol, no? So comment naman kayo rito kung nakapag-apply na kayo at kung ano yung naging resulta. Maraming salamat. God bless.